Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're talking about quiet quitting in the workplace. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Or is it just pure laziness? Well, as someone who actively got out of their 9-to-5 job because I didn't want to put up with the bullshit, and I did go through quiet quitting where I mentally checked out, but it was for valid reasons. So asking me, is quiet quitting okay? Abso-fucking-lutely. If you are not valued, if you are not respected, if you are treated like a number and there's no gratitude or appreciation, why would you not quiet quit your job? If you are in a place where it's quite toxic, you've got bad communication, very power hungry people, I don't know why you wouldn't mentally check out. And I see this happen all the time. And unfortunately, we could go quite deep with it, right? Where why do people put up with the shit and they don't quietly quit is because they're not financially empowered, right? They have no other option. They are locked into the corporate trap and they cannot escape. Therefore, quiet quitting is not an option. For me, I decided to quietly quit because I was in a financial position where I'd been smart with my money. I didn't like the bullshit. I didn't want to be in employment. I always knew that I wanted to design my life. I wanted to take the hard route, basically. I didn't want to be assigned a life where I'm told what to do. So I always made a plan to escape the 9-to-5. Now, when you go into a workplace, you should be respected as an absolute bare minimum of any workplace. You should be respected as a human being. But unfortunately, most corporate workplaces, or if you work in a warehouse, office, or whatever it is that you do, there's not a lot of respect. And that respect diminishes because of what rank you are or how much money you earn, the salary you're on, what your title is. So for example, you can bet your last bottom dollar a cleaner will not get the same amount of respect as a regional manager. That is totally wrong. I could not stand being a part of that, where people were shouted at. Like for example, if you've ever been shouted at in the workplace, that's not okay. Like that's not the done thing. Whether you're in the right or wrong, we have moved on, people. We are not in the 80s and 90s anymore. You should not be shouted at. And if you are, as a result, you could then quietly quit because, there has to be a point, right, where you say enough is enough. Now, I saw managers talk to other people like absolute shit, and I would look at the other individual and I would think, are you going to put up with that? And they would. They just wouldn't say anything. And I used to think, God, you need to get your money in order, man, or woman, or whoever you are. Because if you've got your money in order and you've got your shit together, you don't put up with that crap. Like I was always prepared to walk out on my last job because I'd always been so smart with my money. So is quietly quitting lazy? No, because it's called self-respect as a human being. Like you have to respect yourself. This is where it ties into workplace anxiety, workplace depression. Why do so many people have that? It's because day in, day out, they're going into a workplace where they're not valued, they're not respected, they're overworked, they're underpaid. If anything good goes right, you can bet the manager and the seniors will take full responsibility for the successes and everything that comes with it. But when the shit hits the fan, you can bet that rolls downhill, and it does. And I've seen it firsthand many a time. And again, I never used to put up with it. If something went wrong and I thought, you know what, that's nothing to do with us. That's nothing to do with the workforce. That was a decision made by managers. I just used to think, no, shit can roll downhill, but my God, you can throw it up pretty damn fucking fast. So I was just never prepared to put up with it. But look, I've seen some videos float about, especially on social media and YouTube, talking about quiet quitting, and Simon Sinek was one of them. And he actually agreed with it. And it all starts with the culture in the workplace. What is going to motivate you and engage you in the workplace if it's just 90% toxic? Gossips, backstabbing. There's nothing good about that. That creates a negative work culture. Therefore, mentally, a lot more people check out. If you look at survey companies such as Gallup's, where they do all these survey reports on engagement, people who are mentally checking out, people who aren't happy with the pay, people who feel that they're overworked. We're seeing more people being put on longer probation periods. We're seeing employers trying to avoid employment law and contracts by doing split shifts where people are having to come in for 2-3 hours and then they leave. and then come back to do their last 2-3 hours so that they're not tied into a full-time contract. So come on, why would people not be quiet quitting? You've got to look after your people, you know, more compassion, more empathy. And all of these reasons are why I escaped the 9-to-5, why I executed my plan, why I had self-mastery and control in the workplace, not to get involved in the cliques, not to get involved in the gossip. I kept my head down, I was polite, I said hello to who I needed to say hello to, I didn't put up with any bullshit, and I made my exit when the time was right. But I also financially empowered myself. So yes, I back quiet quitting, but I'm also saying to everyone watching this, empower yourself by looking after your money. Don't have your self-esteem lowered because subconsciously you've been putting up with bullshit week after week, month after month. You don't know who you are anymore. You're a lost soul. You're miserable with your family when you go home because you're holding on to all this negativity in the workplace. I will say you are worth more. You should value yourself more. And look, is it possible to escape the 9-to-5? Absolutely, I'm living proof. And even if you wanted my help, I run free masterclasses every single week, typically on a Wednesday, 6:45 UK time. You can go to the description and register to sign up to those free masterclasses to learn how to escape the 9-to-5. So until next time, I wish you all the best. Please do like and subscribe, really helps me grow the channel. Be empowered. If you want to escape the 9-to-5, totally possible, but you've got to execute that plan. Have self-mastery and don't put up with the bullshit, people. Please have a backbone, and I'll see you next time.